Hey guys, it's Nixia Phoenix. Welcome back to my channel, Nocturnal Muse. So I want to kind of introduce myself again in this video. Just kind of start the new year off, resetting everything, kind of. So, like I said, my name is Nixia Phoenix. That is my true name in Wicca. Um, so I want to explain something about my title and yeah. So there are many different traditions of Wicca. There's Gardnerian Wicca. There is Alexandrian Wicca. There's fairy witchcraft. There's spiral witchcraft, or I think, or something like that. Dianic Wicca. Um, there's many of them because they just branch off. Like, those ones that I just listed, they actually trained under Gerald Gardner, the founder of Wicca. They were um, initiated into what the coven's called, but they were initiated into the main Wiccan coven in England, and they went through their first level, their first degree, and then their second degree, and they kind of just branched off and made their own covens, their own traditions, and it just went on from there. As someone who doesn't like dogma at all, like I don't really have any patience for it. I don't have any desire for it. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I want structure, but that's not the same thing as dogma. And my hair looks like I have a bob or something, but I don't. Trust me, I'm not that kind of person. Sometimes I want structure. I am a Capricorn. So I do like structure. But I'm also a Libra moon, so I like balance. I like aesthetics. I like diplomacy. I like, making everyone feel comfortable, especially myself. So, with that being said, I do consider myself a high priestess. Not because I was initiated into a regular coven. But I was never initiated into a coven. Not because I was never allowed to, but because I never chose to. I never chose to go that route. I never wanted that. Something I felt like I was kind of forced to, or like I had to. But I always came back to, okay, that's not me. And it's okay to be who I am. But I do consider myself a high priestess because in my tradition, we are taught by the gods themselves. The life experience is, life is the gods. The gods are immanent. They are with us. And so I have really gone through a lot in my life, and really all of those things were lessons and basically um, initiatory, what's the word I'm looking for? Experiences, basically. Um, and I've had life experience in things. I've read books on things, but you can't get a feeling. I mean, you can get a feeling from a book, right? But you can't get the experience. You can't get the mystery from a book. You can be told it, you can be taught it, but to really actually retain the mystery and understand the mystery, you have to live it. You have to go through it. And so I read and I've gone through, and I was never taught. But going through that vein of thought, some people can be taught something and never actually understand it. Like, for example, if you had a really, if you had a therapist, right, and their life was easy, and I'm saying that in a subjective way, I guess. I know it is subjective, but there are some sometimes that can be objective too. Like, um, even they would say they had a good life, right? Like, pretty easy life, pretty good life. They go through school because they do care, they have compassion and everything, so they want to learn to be a therapist. They can learn, they can get a PhD, they can read books, they can talk to people, they can learn from other, you know, um, doctors and things like that. But they're always gonna be missing something. Actual wisdom. They have to not have the knowledge of it, but they don't have the wisdom of it, which is where the mystery comes in. And so I have been practicing, studying extensively, and experiencing in life through the gods my path for 16 years. So I do feel as if I do deserve the term high priestess. Not because I have been given that title by a human being, but I have been given the wisdom and the experience by the gods themselves. And I'm not saying I'm delusional. I'm not saying I hear voices in my head. There's a difference between mystical experiences and schizophrenia. There is a difference, and so I'm not going on the schizophrenia route. I'm not speaking in that, but I am saying that I have gone through the work. I have gone through the experiences. I've gone through the lessons. I have gone through all the things, and I'm still going through them because it's a never-ending process. Just like last night, the full moon, the Cancer full moon, first full moon of 2026, it was a pretty intense night. I am someone who doesn't like to be vulnerable. I feel a little uncomfortable, not a little, a lot uncomfortable with vulnerability. So it was a pretty emotional, scary, uncomfortable night. So I did an intense ritual too. So I was open to it though. I was open to all of the vulnerability. I was open to all of the things that the experience and the ritual was giving to me. So anyway, but that being said, yes, I do consider myself a high priestess. A high priestess is someone who teaches, who has had the experience and the wisdom and have gone through the degrees and knows the mysteries. A high priestess is someone who guides others and helps individuals on their path. And it's like a therapist, a mother. The high priestess is the representation of the goddess on earth. And so that is not some sort of like, it's not a luxury. It's not like a, yay, it's a responsibility. And so that, as a high priestess, I am responsible. That is my responsibility. It's not some cool name. It's not some cool title. It's not some like, look at me. It's my job description. It's my job title. It's my responsibility. And so that is my purpose. Um, and that is why I'm sharing that with you. And that is what the channel is going to be as well. It is my form of communication and teaching and guiding. And if it's not for you, that's great. Wiccans, pagans, we do not say that our path is the only right way, that you have to follow us. It's not. You might want to, go to an actual coven. You might want to be initiated into an actual coven. You might want to go face to face with someone. You might just want to read books and not listen to videos. You might, whatever it is, you might want to go to a completely different religion altogether, or you could just listen and be like, I don't believe a word she says, but I'm listening anyway because I think it's funny. Sure, do that. That's all on you. It's up to you. Um, but my purpose here is to just share, and that's all I can do. That's all I'm willing to do as well, because I'm not willing to force anyone. That is not my purpose. That is not my desire or anything. So as High Priestess, that's me. That's my introduction as a High Priestess. So with that being said, like I'm a very traditional person, but I'm a very individual person. I'm I do I prefer individualism, and if that's something that makes people uncomfortable, this channel might not be for you, because I'm kind of a little controversial in certain things. Might say that weirdly, but I am a little controversial in certain things. But I do have beliefs and values, and I am not quiet about them. They might hurt people's feelings, and I know right now people on either side are they're strongly opinionated, and they're aggressive in that opinion. Um, and I'm very strong in my opinions and beliefs as well, but I'm not aggressive about them. I'm not gonna force them on you, but I do feel a certain way about it, and it does affect me as well. But I'm not going to, because I do believe in individualism. So I don't believe in collectivism. I don't. I've never agreed with that. I wasn't raised like that at all. We used to laugh at people like that. Like people who, what, you're gonna follow them off a cliff too. Like, I never really seen collectivism as a good thing ever in my life. Uniqueness, individuality, um, originality. Those are my values, and those are the things that I prioritize and I hold up in high esteem. Um, so like I'm not going to be like, oh, you don't believe in the exact same thing that I do? You're wrong, because that's literally goes against my core beliefs of individualism. So, you know, so I am influenced by certain things. My path, my beliefs, I'm not like, I'm a traditional person, yes, but I'm not traditional on the outside. I'm traditional on the inside, which means individually. I like tradition when I create them, my personal traditions. And as a Capricorn, right, we're very traditional people, but I'm a very individualistic person. So, one reason why Christianity doesn't fit with me. If I were to be a Christian, oof, door scared me. If I were to be a Christian, if I was interested in that, it wouldn't fit with me because I'm individualistic. Um, UPG is a very important thing for me as well. Creativity, mystical experiences, things like that. But there are certain traditions, outward traditions, that I do take inspiration from. So things like Hellenic paganism, Wicca, um, New Age beliefs, Orphism, um, what's it called? Hermeticism, um, a little bit of native spirituality and Celtic spirituality, Avalon, um, psychology, I guess, Carl Jung and other people. I do because I like characteristics. I like characters and stuff. So I do like astrology, but also the INFJ stuff. I do like that. I bring that kind of ideology into my practice. Um, a little bit of Victorian spiritualism, art theory, music theory, a little bit of science, like with um, quantum physics, um, animism, which that goes into paganism. But there's like a lot of like those are umbrella terms. There's a lot of details that I'm not really listing off because those fall under the umbrella terms that I just mentioned. So you'll see a lot of that throughout my channel, and whenever I do finally create my class for the Luminous Shadow Priestess tradition and have it up, and if anyone joins, if you join, that will be a lot of that will be put into that because the Luminous Shadow Priestess tradition is just an amalgamation of all those umbrella terms. Basically, that is my path. That's just all those separate things put together into my path, my tradition. So for anyone who likes to be introduced or likes to understand people by their astrology, I'm going to introduce myself by astrology now. So my sun is Capricorn, like I said. My moon is Libra, like I said, also, and my rising is Gemini. So also, I'm kind of really into my Venus right now. I'm in an astrology class and we're talking about Venus. My Venus is in Scorpio, so you know, I mean, you could probably tell, right? Like, I think it's the most gothic placement imaginable. Like, really, I think it's like the most like it just describes me so well. Even though like Venus and Scorpio is detriment, and I'm like, why? And I was like, okay, how do I remedy this detriment? And I looked at it, I'm like, I don't want to. I like this placement. I like me. I like that part of me. I love that. I mean, that's me. I mean, that is what I love most about. One of the things I love most about me is my Venus and Scorpio. So for those who work with gods and deities and devotion and things like that, I don't work with them like demons, right? Like they're not pets. I'm very devotional to my gods. We have a relationship. And so it's not like I bring them in, be like, hey, can you do this for me? Blah, blah, blah. I bring them. I bring them in. I don't really bring them in. They're there, and I notice them. And so, for those who also have that kind of relationship with the divine, my path, I can't think of words today. Oh my gosh. My path is Hellenic paganism. Um, so my patron gods are Apollo and Nyx, which is kind of interesting. I know it's like two opposites, but that's also like the luminous shadow. That's one of the reasons why the path is called luminous shadow. It's dark and light, and that is my path. That has been my path since I read the books House of Night. Honestly, if you know, you know. So I don't like that series anymore, but I don't like the authors. But it was a good series back then. It's probably really outdated now, but yeah. So basically, that's pretty much what my channel is going to be like. And my goals for this channel, I do want to eventually um, monetize it, but it's not like I'm expecting to get rich. It's not like um, it's not my. It's like if I get money from it, oh yay, a little change in there, cool. I'm doing it not really for free. I'm doing it and I'm getting some energetic exchange back. That's great, but I'm not expecting to live off of it at all. Like I'm not really interested in that at all. I'm not interested in the upkeep of it. Um, this is a this is my spiritual expression. That's it. That's really it. And I need something like that. I have a career. I have yes, I have a career. And as a Capricorn, you think I would really like working, but I like having money to do the things that I want to do. Like working without pay. I like working without pay. I like doing things like this, like actually like putting energy and effort into things. But like not like overly working on it. Not over effort. Just like expending energy in a good way with an overflowed cup. Um and not, being stressed about it or like it's filling me. This doing this is filling me. And it is a type of work too though. So whenever it doesn't fill me anymore, I won't be doing it because that's what it's for. That's what it's meant for, and that's for me and for you and for anybody else. It's meant to overfill your cup. It's meant to fill your cup and overfill it. And so when it no longer does that, or if it doesn't do that for like a week or two, you won't see me because this is not a chore for me. This is not a career. So I have complete freedom with this, and I like that. I have a lot of Sagittarius in my birth chart, so I like having a sense of freedom like that. So my goals: one, monetization, and I want to do a series. This year, I want to do a series where I'm talking about all of at least the Greek gods. There are a few series that I didn't even finish. I kind of just like stopped completely. There was the Celtic goddess one. Because I got a book and I wanted to like really, I did want to like, read it and stuff, but I'm like, I wasn't interested enough without like actually like having some motivation and sharing with others. And so, because Celtic deities aren't my thing, so Greek deities are. Now Celtic practice, I'm interested in that. I am. Um, Celtic witchcraft, Celtic paganism, Celtic practice. It's kind of my thing. Avalon stuff. Um, which that brings me to another thing. So I'm a priestess, right? I'm a high priestess in my tradition. But I also believe that you never stop learning, you never stop growing, you never stop transforming and evolving. And so you should really always be looking to expand, to add more. And so that was a dream that I've always wanted to do. Go to Avalon and study to be a priestess because, and I am someone who really likes the series Mists of Avalon. Maybe the author did bad things, but I still like the series. The last book I read in the Mists of Avalon. I read the last one I read was in 2024 actually, and it like stressed me out so much. Like it's very deep. Like it's a very extremely emotional series. And so I had to take a lot of time off of it. I think it was Lady of Avalon, and I don't know. And then that's when like I saw the interview by her daughter, and I was like, oh my god, and like I had a freaking spiritual crisis. I actually had a spiritual crisis in 2024 about like what the fuck am I? Am I still pagan? Do I want to be? Do I want to be Christian? Like I don't know anymore. And that's never gonna happen. I know myself too well. I'm very self-aware, and that was a moment of not weakness, not weakness in a bad way, but like vulnerability, like so shocking, like overwhelmed. So that wasn't really my true self, my true beliefs, or wants or needs and stuff. I am a pagan. I'm just maybe a little different than maybe pagans that you're used to, or I don't know. But I'm a pagan through and through. So I'm actually planning on going this year, and it starts in November, and it's going to be very expensive, very expensive. So I have a lot of things actually lined up this year. I'll probably be showing them on my YouTube in some sort of way. I don't know if I can really fully record the whole thing, but if not, I'll take pictures and then like do a video talking about it. Um, but so I have what comes first? I don't know which comes first, but there's a lot that's moving in my very near future in February and March. I'm moving with my brother to help him out. Um, he needs support, financial support, and he has a somewhat new family, a wife and a son, and they've been struggling for many years. So I'll be going to help him out, paying half the rent, bills, and I think that would help him a lot because they weren't even able to have Christmas this year because of every dime is going to rent and bills, and even that is like almost not covering it. So I think going there and living with them and supporting them gives me time away from my crazy chaotic life right here and a new environment. Even if it's not better objectively, maybe it'll be better subjectively, you know. Um, and then I'll give them a lot less stress because now they're paying only half of what they were usually paying before. So now they have a lot more money for freedom, for joy, for their son and everything. So that will be happening in sometime in February, March, and then I'll be going to. I think the Fae Ball is around that time. So I'll be going to a romantasy book Fae Ball. I've always wanted to go to one of those too. And then I'll be going to Susie, which is Summer Unitarian Universalist something something. It's a Unitarian Universalist camp. It's like a little camp, like I don't know, summer camp thing. But it's Unitarian Universalist, so it's not Christian. It's not dogmatic. It's very pagany, and then there is the Sonic Temple concert I'm going to. I don't care what. I don't care if I'm going to my underwear. Like I don't care if like I don't have any clothes. Like, oh my god, I don't have a battle jacket or whatever you call those things. I'm gonna feel so left out. I don't give a singular fuck. Okay, I'm gonna humiliate myself. I don't care. I'm going. um, and then Mystic South. I'm going to that. I'm gonna try to go to all these things. If not, then next year. But I'm gonna really, 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 really try because every year I'm like, I'm gonna go to this and that and this and that, and then it's like life's like it just shits all over me. So it's like, okay, next year, maybe next lifetime. Um, and then in November, well, September they move out, so I'm planning on getting my own apartment in September. Then I can have my own freedom, my own living favorite room? I think it's a Capricorn thing. Maybe it's a Capricorn thing, but I'm obsessed with having my own place. Like, I'm obsessed. No, wait, it might be like a Libra, Venus, and Scorpio thing. I just want to like have my own space so I can like decorate it. I'm obsessed with that. I'm obsessed. I have my own space because the chaos in my home environment for my entire life. You know, I'm like, I can do this 10 times better. I can. Watch me. I will. And then November, Avalon Priestess training. So throughout all that, I'll be posting like weekly about a new god of the week. And then I also want to do a soulmate journey between those two. So God of the week and then soulmate journey. And that would be like how to prepare for your soulmate, soulmate or twin flame like journey steps. And like each episode will be about something else, something different. And like it'll be about things that I've already went through my life and experienced. So I'm gonna be talking to you through wisdom, but I might also like look something up to like how do I articulate this, you know? I don't I do that a lot. I look at like websites like just so I can like kind of tell you and kind of read it out loud. But it's like wisdom. It's something I've experienced and I've something I believe and know, and then I look it up and I'm like so I can know how to articulate it and share it with others. And I think it's okay to do that because I know when I was like elementary school, like my teachers, that's what the teachers did. You know, they'd like curriculum or like worksheets for, you know. So I feel like that's okay to do. But it like I just want to be upfront and like yes, I am coming from like I do have the experience, I do have the wisdom, I do have the knowledge and all of that stuff. But because I wasn't taught it, I learned it through experience. I don't really know how to use the words, human terminology, language to articulate it because it wasn't articulated to me. I just experienced it. That makes sense, you know? So it is kind of cool and interesting to like see your experiences kind of validated, I guess, through learning in a traditional way about something. Um, but that's really like I feel like that's what it should be. Like you experience it and then like, oh wow, that textbook says the exact same thing. Yay! Um, makes me so happy. But anyway, that is my goals for this year. That's my introduction for this channel in 2026. Um, so I got a dislike on my 2026 year video. I'm wondering if like, cause I do like title my videos like in ways where I know it will get a lot of clicks, but not necessarily like fully what the video is about. And I'll be upfront about that. I'll disclose that. I do that. Yeah. Um, one of the guys I work with is Mercury, and the planet of my rising sign is Mercury. So I do things in a way to get, you know, not in a mean way or a bad way, you know, but like I'm doing it intentionally. I am. But I will do things like that, but not in like a hurtful, mean way and stuff like that. I know people who do things like that intentionally for harm, and it's not cool. And I would never. I have never done it. Yeah. I Anyway, don't dislike my videos. Don't if you dislike my video, comment why you dislike my video. It might hurt my feelings, but I'll be like, fuck you. And then I'll read it again. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So, You know, constructive criticism is better than just being an asshole. Be constructive, please. That's what I ask. Okay? You can dislike my videos all you want, but if you dislike my video, you have to comment why. Okay? That's a rule on my channel now. So I can grow and be better. And I think maybe the reason why I was saying that was because maybe either two things. One, someone was, because it's New Year, it was New Year's, right? So someone was looking at 2026 and they found my video and then they saw that, oh my god, this witchy shit, witchy crap. God damn it, I didn't want this bullshit. What the fuck is she talking about? That's one. Or two, the video didn't exactly go the way I wanted it to because I kind of got like an insight, I got like kind of like it went more intuitively than structurally, and so a little bit more than I would have wanted it to. So I don't actually remember what I said in that video, but it was kind of motivational but forceful in a way. So that might be another reason why they disliked it. Anyway, other than that, this is my introduction for 2026, and thank you for watching. Blessed be. Bye.